Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some more 2 Point Hospital with me, Bigfoot. In today's episode number 6 we're now on to, we have just unlocked a clown clinic, which is going to be super useful for us in the near future. So we're going to go ahead and build this room in here right now. I'm very much looking forward to getting this room in because we've had to send quite a few clowns home, which I don't think they were too happy about. But we're gonna make use of the dehumidifier, which I think is quite a... yeah, it's quite a funny looking item, to be fair. Which is gonna go ahead and help, I guess, also gain us a bit more money, you know, that's really useful. It's also gonna go ahead and allow for the hospital to be a little bit, I guess, more prestigious, which again will also help. There's a cannon, there's circus lights, a lot of stuff which is very unique to this room, but I'll pass on buying that for the time being. A drinking fountain, I think that would be a super useful thing, like just for the hospital in general, to be fair. So let's get one of those in here as well, and then we'll start to apply those around the rest of the hospital. So it looks like our money is getting quite low and I'm not sure we can afford our bills. Do we need to think of a loan? I honestly don't think so. What we'll do is we'll turn the game on to fast speed for the first ever time. So right now we are needing a doctor here, which is weird because I should have 5 doctors. Now I understand if 4 of them are, or 3 of them are in, you know, the GP's rooms, but surely we should have 1 on their break. I don't know where the other one is. I'm not sure. Anyway, one thing we do need to do is hire a few more janitors. I mean, we hired another 1. We are getting dangerously low though right now, so it's a bit frustrating, but I have been going ahead and just doing some basic maintenance on a lot of machinery right now. For example, just going around and really just sorting stuff out, you know, making sure that everything is fit for purpose, because a lot of it has not been seen to in a while since I started this hospital. So all this sort of stuff you really forget, you know, but then at the same time you can't let it get to a stage where it's like unusable, so that is quite important. Anyway, staff promotion. Yes, let's just grant them all. I mean, it's not going to cost me too much money right now, but it will later on. But again, we're back up to 35,000 already, so absolutely perfect, which is super useful indeed. And with that said, we are now up to 50, so we are doing very, very well indeed. Looks like someone is treatment failed. That's not good. Again, that's another training area I do want to work on in the future, to be fair. Just going ahead and making sure we are doing a little bit better with our treatment, so focus on that and a bit more on diagnosis as well. I think that would all be super useful. Anyway, what we are going to do though is, while all this is going on and we're just generating money, because again we've dropped again. Okay, no we won't. I was about to start kitting out the entrance there, but I guess we'll go ahead and start with the awards. Interesting, we got 4 awards, which I mean that's sort of the usual amount we get. We've had 4 and 3, but we've never won Rising Star or Employer of the Year before, so that's really good. Usually we get Best Teaching Hospital and, like, I think it's these 4. I'm not at all sure if the awards changed though, but that's interesting anyway. So it's not Patient's Choice, nor is it the most prestigious. So those are 2 to work towards. We have done not bad though. It's a good start, you know, it is a good start, which is nice. Right, what we need to do though is I just need to, you know, add in a lot more items here. So we're going to keep this whole entrance place out for the time being. Let's go ahead and add in some more machines, because it evidently seems that we have some hungry customers right now. I'm going to go ahead and first of all add in some more hand sanitizer just around the hospital in general, just because it is a super useful item to have. I'd like to have it on the outside of every room as well, to be honest, just so people are going into the room. I realise I have them on the inside of the room as well, but you can never have too much of this stuff. I will put one up the corridor here as well. along here, and it looks like, you know, we are doing very well on this sort of stuff. The one thing, obviously, is plants. So how are we doing here? You can see the greenness of the hospital. It's not as good as it definitely could be, but let's go ahead and change that ASAP. So with that done, let's get another plant in over here. It's weird because we've got a plant there, but it's also aircon, I guess, as well. That makes quite a difference, usually. We've got the super busy ward right now, so, you know, it's interesting, It looks like we have a death as well. We've got quite a few ghosts roaming around, which isn't too good either right now in the slightest. Let's go ahead and get ourselves this new drinking fountain in as well. That will be really useful to have. And in general, we are about to shortly get more seating in this whole hospital as well, which again would be a super useful thing to have as this place gets a lot busier. Let's add in some leaflet stands. These are sort of just one of the game's default items. Something which should have probably been in here a long time ago, to be honest. Let's stick some around the reception here. And then aircon units, to be honest. Aircon will be super useful throughout this hospital, I'm sure. So let me go ahead and get some of these in as well. Let's go ahead and stick these on the corners over here and over here. Really makes quite a large difference to this whole room. I would like to have one like right in the middle here, but I feel that would be a bit stupid. But what I will do is I will add in some more across the corridor area as we come along here. Let's put one there as well. So there we go, all of a sudden the hospital is much cooler. Some hot spots, but something I can't really do too much about. I've got a feeling there is a smaller air conditioning unit. Yeah, it is, and it only costs 50 kudosh. I realise I've been spending quite a bit of kudosh recently, but I think this is a good idea to have, so we can get this in, not really anywhere, to be honest with you. Oh, can we get it in the corner there? Because that would be beautiful. But no, it's just because of all the stepping. What I might actually do is I will put this out in the middle of the corridor then. I'll put one there, and I'll put one backed up there as well, which is fine. And that's perfect. And then I'll also put some benches in the middle here as well. Just add in a bit more seating, upgrade the seating capacity for now. Right, okay, so that looks good there. Again, not too overcrowded. Now what we're going to do as we go along here is we're going to put seating in the middle. Again, why I sort of left. This is crazy all of a sudden. What is going on? We need to slow the game down. We also need to add in a lot more seating along here as well. So this is our center line, which is good. So let's go ahead and get in some benches along here for the time being. That should provide some place for 9 people waiting. Yeah, it's a bit much, isn't it? And I think we need a lot more staff in general, and wow. But on the plus, we do have a lot of money all of a sudden, which is super useful. So let's go ahead and make use of this. Right, what we're going to do here is we're going to leave this, we're going to have a large staff room in here actually. It's probably not the first room I should build, but what we'll do is we're going to come back to that. So that room is the most basic staff room ever, but we have a second one. What we're going to do now is we're going to kit out this area. So what we're going to do is, again, we might have another reception actually over here. Not because we need multiple receptions, but I think it's a good idea to, you know, have one for each building maybe. I think that could be super useful. But we need to get some more rooms in here, that is for sure. So let's get some more psychiatry rooms. Probably 2 more actually, in fact, is what we'll do. So let's get a door in there. Let's get some more of these chairs in here for the time being. And then let's just go from there. Now this is an instance where I would like to use the copy and paste functionality, because I would like to get quite a few of these rooms in order a little bit quicker. Aircon unit, let's get a small aircon unit in fact. Now we have the option to do that, and then I don't think we need a drinking fountain, but with that said, I actually have not left room for our plant. There we go. Perfect, and then our poster. Right, so that's this room done, which is good. So now, how do I copy and paste? Because if I click on the whole room as a collective, What I really want to do is have a copy button here, for example, but if we edit room items, no. Can I drag away? No, I can't. Can we edit? Yeah, that'd be the most obvious thing, but can we just... There's no obvious copy and paste button here, you know that? No. Alright, okay. Looks like we're gonna have to go ahead and manually build this next room, which is fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and psychiatry. Again, this one will just be slightly bigger, which is totally fine. Let's go ahead and get the chair in at that. It's all about the angles with these chairs, you know that, it really is, honestly. Let's get that other chair there. This one can have maybe a few more filing cabinets in it. And then from there, we are perfect. Right, okay, so we're gonna probably need some new, or more, should I say, doctors for this sort of stuff. Which, again, is easy enough to source. And hopefully this will go ahead and start to deal with our 7 people waiting. There's just so many people in the hospital all of a sudden. It is quite a difference. And we also need to start upgrading machinery as well. That is something which we really need to do. Not just with drug mixers, but for example this item here as well, the extractor pan. There's a few other, the easy scanner, I think that would be super useful to go ahead and upgrade as well. So we'll get all that happening right now. Let's go ahead and get some more doctors in here. We've already got 5, but I think it is super useful to go ahead and get a few more in. So these rooms are now coming into action, which is good. And then over here, I'm not really at all sure what else we're going to have, to be honest. This building is amazingly nearly already full. But we can get at least 2 more rooms in here. And how's the ward doing as well? How busy is the ward right now? Really quite empty actually, but we're not processing people very quickly right now. So that's sort of understandable. What I would probably like... What's busy? Probably another pharmacy, that would make sense. We'll put a pharmacy in over here, like so. Again, go ahead and install the new machine, and let's kit out this room very quickly. We have quite a few of our staff free training slots. Right, okay, yeah, again, we will go ahead and start some of that shortly. I do feel we're now, the last 2 hospitals were, you know, a bit slow going, but this hospital and these last 2 episodes have been fierce. They have been very intense, a lot more, I guess, involving, which is a good thing, you know. I'm enjoying the game a lot more now. I realise we're still sort of in tutorial type sort of scenarios, but it's much better now, which is good. Right, so that is now an extra drug room. And then we are going to go ahead, add another room, and then we're just going to have a bit of a seating area. We need a bit of open plan, you know? So what are we going to go for? Maybe another general diagnosis room? 1, 2, 3. You know what? I don't think we even are. I don't think we actually are going to have that room here. What we are going to do is we're going to have another reception desk, and then we're just going to kit this area out with like snacks and maybe a newsagents as well. I think that's probably the best idea. So let's go ahead and have a reception desk over here, like so. Actually, you know what we could do? Oh, you can't angle it at 45 degrees. That would be pretty cool. Right, we'll stick that in there. Then what we'll do is we'll add in a bunch of vending machines along the back wall here, like so. And then with that done, we can go ahead and... Don't think there's much point in getting a newsagents in here, to be fair, anyway. But what we will do is we'll get some benches in here, because that will be useful items to have. Just allows for some seating in and around this area, which is good. And then we can just go ahead and add in a bit more detail. So let's get some trash cans in here. Let's get some fire extinguishers in these halls. Obviously a bit more hand sanitizer I think would be a super good idea in the whole terms of things. I'm actually covering all the doors. I'm actually being very serious about this sort of stuff, which is good to see. Again, it's just really adding the detail to the hospital, which it comes over time, you know, but it's also super easy to start doing it if you start doing it as you build, you don't have to go back and do a lot of this stuff. I will do some of this off recording because it is a bit repetitive and tedious. I understand that, but it is what it is. Right, okay, let's get a few small Bigfoot, small AC units. That's really what we need around this whole place. And then we can also get some more benches and like the corridors as well. That would be quite a good idea, I think. Let's get one of these in the corner over here and another one over there. And perfect, so this building is doing pretty good now. Good thing is actually I can get a small one of these in the bathroom, which is good now too. As long as there's not too much smell of, you know, urine or whatever, then the AC unit will do a good job. Right, okay. This is interesting, this comment here. So we've taken a look at our yearly profits. Apparently, one of my friends or rivals is the highest scoring. Ours is only $166,000, so it doesn't look like we're doing the best on the profit front, but arguably, I've got a feeling a lot of my friends have played this game for a lot longer than I have. I've really only got about 5 games on this, 5 hours on this game, should I say. Not too much, which is quite strange. Right, okay, so this building is doing really good now, actually. It's been kitted out, it looks a lot nicer. It still could do with a few more items, don't get me wrong, but I'll do that at a later stage. What I am going to do, though, is add or edit this room a bit more, because it needs a bit of TLC, that is for sure. Right, let's get quite a few more of these sofas in here anyway, and let's go ahead and get a TV. Make this actually a bit of a better room. Let's get a coffee table in over here, and let's maybe get... You know, you can get so much in here. We can get a lot of lockers in here. That's one thing which is super useful for our staff members. I remember working at a supermarket when that was one of my first jobs, and it was very much lockers just everywhere in the back of the store which I worked in Tesco's. Lockers everywhere, just so staff could keep their stuff. We did sort of have like a changing room area, but there just wasn't enough lockers, and the amount of staff, and you know, it was... The building hadn't expanded much over time, but what they were trying to get out of the building had very much been, you know, ramped up, so they very much, you know, concised everything down, but then all of a sudden, so many more staff as well. It made it a little bit more difficult, so... Anyway, let's get some more useful stuff in here as well for the time being. And there's so much we can get in here. It's just really, what do they want, you know? Are they satisfied? Let's get maybe a drinks machine in here as well if we can. I know there's a lot of these in the corridor, but this is absolutely perfect. And then I think we'll maybe get a small armchair in over here if we can. Perfect. And I think that shall do us for the time being in that room. So at least it's a bit better now. And essentially this building over here now is pretty much sorted. We do need to hire some more staff though, and particularly assistants. Get 2 more assistants in at least into this hospital, which will be quite handy across the multiple desks that we now have. Currently with General GP's office, we've got, what, 6 people waiting, which is quite a bit. Interestingly, not a lot of people are sitting down, which I find strange, even though there is now adequate seating, so that is interesting. Then coming along here, a few more people are sitting down here. What's up with you? You're feeling too cold. See, that's interesting, because I've never had too hot before, but maybe I've over AC united it, if that makes much sense. So, anyway, I think it is time that we go ahead and start off a new building, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and open up, I guess, probably with plot 3. So let's build that. That'll take a bit of time, but again, it's just having more GP's offices. It's just having lots more staff, you know, which is super useful thing to have. Wow, we've got some really good traits there. So we're going to bring you in. That is our best janitor by far. We're also going to bring in Gregory as well. I'm just doing a bit of mass recruitment right now, just for the future. We've got 6 doctors, but we're going to make it 8 doctors right now, just so they're getting the necessary breaks that they require. Plus it means, you know, we can keep most of our rooms in action at the same time, which is super useful. How have we got a queue length of 5? Oh, it's just, I guess, patients coming in for their appointments. That makes sense, because I was about to say it's a bit of a waste right now, like, we've got a free room, you know, so... but this doctor is not looking in the best condition. So, it's too cold. A lot of people seem too cold. Feeling too cold. But you need to go have a rest, so go to one of the 2 staff rooms, which is there for your leisure needs. There's 7 people waiting for cardiology as well, so I feel we need to have an expansion of that, and like, quite a few, any room in here which we only have 1 of, we need to go ahead and double up basically. So I mean, we've got 2 new psychiatric rooms over here, so that's dealt with that problem. But then, for example, you know, cardiology, or this is just what's this room? General diagnosis. We need another one of these. Probably, you know, some more machines for the pans and stuff like that. Which I think would be super useful to have as we get more people. We can upgrade our deluxe machine. Yep, we're in the process. I am 1 step ahead of you already. Let's see, I mean, that's the thing, all of a sudden, we are not actually making any profit right now. Maybe we've overhired on staff right now, you know? What we're gonna do is we're just gonna train now. I've been meaning to do this. Let's go ahead and get some more diagnosis on the go. So what we need here is we need trainers available. Let's go ahead and, again, get the chief nurse back along. Then let's train, I might as well train 3 people up, you know, so who else needs training? It looks like these 2, so I'm just going to bring them in and yeah, start the training. So that'll be super useful as well. The classroom is like overly big now, looking back at it. Like, I'm never going to train 12 people at once, but it looks really cool. I really do like it. I like it a lot. We are, though, you know, money is maybe going to be a bit of an issue. What I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to speed the game up again, just so we can get some more money back. Let's go ahead and barbershop quartet, you can come back in. Not now, we've already got some training on the go. Let's increase salaries so marginally, not a lot, by pennies, which is cool. And then staff training required. Not now, but we will. I think it would be a good idea to do janitors and maintenance work, because that would be super useful. So, and it looks like Sebstar. God, not heard that name in a while, but we don't have a good cure rate either, it doesn't look like, so that's something which we need to be wary of. Right, okay, what we need to do first of all is we need lots of stuff here, so let's go ahead and... You know what we're actually going to do? We're going to leave this corner area blank, because this is going to be where our probably reception is for this building. What we're going to do is we're just going to get some GP's offices in right now to deal with the, I guess, ridiculous overcrowding, which we all of a sudden have. So let's get in one of these offices. Again, it might be useful to build 2 right now, but again, I'm conscious of money. Okay, this is good. So we've actually finally got our first star. It's taken quite a while this time, actually. But I guess we are really just doing lots of stuff. But we have unlocked 2 new hospitals, which is interesting. A reception, which I don't know if that's a separate reception room, or I guess we'll find out shortly, and also a clown poster. I love my posters. So we'll go ahead and check the map shortly once we're finished doing what I am doing. Okay, so let's get back to this very quickly. We are very close to getting this done. What else do we need in here? We need a plant, and then I think this room is good to go. So let's get that built. That can maybe, hopefully, there's still 6 people waiting, so hopefully a doctor will run over here and start to get to work on this. Again, we're in the profit of 20,000, which is good, so... And we've just completed a training course, which is super useful. Right, so what else do we need? We need cardiology over here, like ASAP. So let's get this in here. Let's get our treadmill. Let's get our good old filing cabinets. Let's get our weight scales. Let's get our wall monitor. And perfect, let's go from there. So again, this has been a nice but really required build. I might build like 2 or 3 of these right now, to be honest. Just so we can go ahead and be okay for the mass demand. As we can see, there's a queue over here already, which is crazy. And I imagine this room's going to be put to pretty quick use with the cardio, because we've got 6 people waiting there. So yeah, here comes a nurse, and all of a sudden, this room's straight into action. Okay, this is not good. So one of the nurses is unhappy because they feel they're underpaid, desperate for the toilet, and very thirsty. See, that's interesting. I mean, am I not giving I do not have enough staff right now? I mean, it sounds like I honestly don't. So that means I'm going to hire in more staff, because staff should just be able to, you know, free wander and be able to go ahead and really just, you know, I shouldn't have to hear about like toilet complaints or anything like that. So what we'll do is we'll hire lots more nurses. That's us up to 11. And then let's get some, we've got 10 doctors in here as well now. So, but I did feel I did a mass recruitment drive recently, so, but again, there we go, there's another recruitment drive. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in that, to be honest. So, but we will get there, so that's good. Let's obviously start doing the pay rises quite a bit more. Obviously I need to pay more attention to the facial expression. So we can go ahead and upgrade you to, you know, smiley face. That would be super good. Again, this is where I'm going to, you know, do a bit better at. We'll put you into the green there. And then staff resignation warning. Right, so Lily grunts. We need to go ahead and deal with her. So let's do that, shall we? Let's go into staff. Let's go by... Wow, this is not the most... I'm sure I've never actually been in this view before, but it is weird, it's strange. I'm trying to work out how this works. Okay, right, I get it now a bit more. Right, okay, so we're going by nurses here. Lily, you're obviously not happy, which is not good. So can we go ahead and... I don't know if this is a glitch or what this box... Is this highlighting her? Yeah, it is. Okay. I was a bit confused there. Right, let's go ahead and increase your salary up to 24,000 and let that go through. Also, Amber. Amber doesn't seem very energized, but it's not really our happiness. We'll give you a pay rise as well, up to 18,000. Again, people with not great, you know, happiness, will go ahead and make that change. You're super, like, you're overly trained, you know, so we really want to keep you in with the company. So hopefully that will make some difference. Stuff to do with drinking and toilets and stuff like that, that's really on you. But again, when it comes down to it, we maybe just don't have enough staff, or it can be a number of reasons, you know, why staff are feeling that way. But again, things are, it's just crazy how busy this is all of a sudden, you know, it's really chaotic. We've got a lot of people, you know, coming through. It looks like, perfect, we cured an entire group of patients, which has helped with our reputation. Super useful as well. Right, where are we with our hospital? It's at level 9, so it can't really get too much better than it currently is. It's just the waiting times, I guess, we need to go ahead and slowly but surely lower. That's really what we're after now. So with that, we just build more rooms. It's pretty simple, you know? What I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to go ahead and find out how to copy and paste rooms. So it currently turns out that the copy and paste feature is on the beta branch of this game, which I do not currently have downloaded, but it is something that I will do for the next episode, because very much I can just increase my workload. I can probably make episodes a lot more entertaining for you guys, for example, if I go ahead and have that functionality. I think it would make a bit of difference, but I have gone ahead and basically upgraded or added in some extra rooms here, which is good, and as we can see, we're getting some more staff coming over here. while we're at it, what I want to do now is I want to go ahead, I mean there's still large queues across the hospital, but in general I think our staffing is doing so much better than it was before. I'm very happy. I want to jump out the hospital actually because of we've got access to new hospitals, which I at least want to just delve into, especially this one up here, because this looks, well, I mean this is a university, I don't know, I'm guessing it's a university hospital sort of thing, but I'm guessing a lot of research, for example, would go on here, so quite exciting, you know, looking forward, and very much something I would like to go ahead and do anyway. Then we've got what looks like a farm hospital, or a rural hospital. Probably something which should actually be quite a small build, a compact build to be honest. Like our very first hospital, you know, not really much room for expansion, you've got to be conservative, you know, so... Anyway, if we could speed this up a tiny bit. So yeah, 3 new hospitals. I don't know if this is a separate county, I think it is a separate county. And as we can see over here to what looks like a city, there is, you know, quite a few hospitals, which is interesting. While we're at this though, I want to go ahead and check out, so we've got Milton University, or not Milton, why am I saying it Milton? Mitten University, we've got Flemington, and then we've also got Tumble. I just want to check Mitten out, I just want to see what the building's like, and we're not going to start this, for a few episodes because the amount of work I've got going on right now, but okay, this could be massive actually, really large, indeed. But this could be quite interesting indeed, because you sort of know all your buildings from the start, which is really nice. I like that a lot, and you also have radiators. Not that that's that exciting, but yeah, this is probably one of the next ones I think we'll come along to. But for the time being anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this hospital here at fluttering to 3 stars. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and speed up the game a little bit. We do have a good bit of money, which is super useful, so that's nice. But we've still got some queues. We'll just quickly do this, I guess. I want to see how we do. Oh, we actually got an extra award this time around, Patient's Choice Award, so it's good to see as well that we are doing a little bit better with our patients than we once were. How are the queues now? Are the queues really bad? Queue length of 5. You've got a queue length of 0. What about psychiatry is doing pretty well then. We've got cardiology is at 2, so that's not too bad. What about this extra room? That's only a queue length of 0. So in general we're doing not too bad. What about pharmacy? Pharmacy queue length is 3, but no one's over using this room, which is weird, so again I'm not sure. But we'll just let the game run for a bit anyway and generate a bit more cash. So I have let the game run for a wee bit too long, I guess you could say, but this is now time for another award ceremony. We have lost out on the Rising Star, which is unfortunate, but again, I've let the game run for like half an hour, literally, like a full episode's length of time, so it has really meant that I've not really actually focused too much on like quality and stuff like that, so I understand why we've not got that. But the Patient's Choice Award again we got, which is super nice. As we can see, we've got a lot of money, which is good, but now we also have a lot of issues, which we'll deal with in the next episode. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode. Hope you have enjoyed. Please leave a like, rate and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that description below, go ahead and check out my Twitter and my Patreon. And that's all, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.